Alright, I guess I'm doing it again. Another reaction video. This is King Xerxes. Oh no, hold on, I need to put in the audio. And there it is. Gotta test it though. Oh, you don't want to see those other two tabs. Trust me. What was I doing? Setting, okay. Setting, okay. Cool. Let's go. Hold on. Let's go.
There are laws that don't apply. Now, 10 Commandments I view as summary statements of what the other commandments offer. So there's a couple of reasons I think that you need to put these statements in perspective about foreign slavery, right? So let's say the command for Israel to remember that they were slaves in Egypt. Now, that's Israel being a foreign nation in Egypt. Just a second. Sorry, one moment. What? There you go. All right, sorry. Israel being told that they're slaves, to remember that they're slaves, they're foreign slaves, suppressed. So I think that provides a backdrop that God does not choose favorites, and that they were foreign slaves in a foreign land. So how do they treat the peoples around them? But also remembering that they are in a very dangerous situation that could destroy them. It's not as simple of like, let's treat everybody the same. In fact, God's judgment that is coming in means that, no, they aren't to treat everybody the same. But then God's judgment that he brings on other peoples, he also brings on Israel a lot sooner for the same crime.
Yeah, this is just, you're grasping at straws here, okay? You believe that the deity, which was morally commissioning these people to do these things, has unlimited creative power to control literally every circumstance or condition about reality. Okay, there is no reason or excuse why he would allow the Israelites to own other human beings as property if somehow owning human beings as property is not something that he considered immoral. And to suggest that he only considers it moral to own other human beings as property when performed by one group of people as opposed to another group of people is ridiculous, and it doesn't help you at all. It just makes the matter all that much worse. You're saying God doesn't play favorites, but then at the same time you're arguing that he only allows Israelites to morally own other people as property. So if I were a Jew, would that morally entitle me to own a human being as property in the contemporary world?
No, because God divorced the nation of Israel in Jeremiah.
So where does it say then that people can't own slaves anymore?
Okay, so let's be very cautious, right? You cited a text that explicitly said, Israel, you Jews, right? It's talking about the people under the Mosaic covenant, correct? So who it applies to is the Israelites, the Jews under the Mosaic covenant. That's what Leviticus is. That's what Mount Sinai is entering into the covenant with God, right? So where would that end? Well, it seems reasonable to me that would end where the Mosaic covenant ends. It would end at the point where God divorces Israel.
Okay. Well, like we've already established, the New Testament doesn't repudiate slavery either, and in fact commands slaves to obey their masters even when they are cruel.
Okay. So can we
how about this? Pick. I will give you last chance here, dude. Just find me one verse in the entire Bible, Old or New Testament, that says you shouldn't own people as property.
Sorry. Of course that's not. I didn't claim that was there. So let's
Okay, so then where are you getting the notion that it is immoral to own other people's property? If, as you said, morality is predicated upon the commands of God, well, we have ample evidence, according to your Bible, that God commanded us to own people as property. That was a behavior which he sanctioned explicitly, but you have nothing on the inverse. You have no example of God commanding us not to own people as property. So how do you then determine that slavery is immoral?
Xerxes, we're not going to accomplish a lot if we continually change subject. I'd like if we could handle one thing at a time, and we can go to that, that's fine. But I want to talk about the distinction first, because we're on that subject, the distinction between Israel and the antebellum South. And I'd like for us to resolve that issue.
You already admitted that the only distinction is race. That's it. The distinction is it's okay when Jews do it, it's not okay when white people do it. Fine, whatever. I don't care. Okay, your whole hang up here. You're saying that the only reason why antebellum slavery was wrong is because of who was doing it, not because it's wrong intrinsically to own people as property. So at that point, I don't care. You're not condemning the institution of slavery. You're condemning the people who are practicing slavery. It has nothing to do with owning people as property. That's not the moral failure in your eyes. It's white people are doing it instead of Jewish people.
Okay, Xerxes, let him make the claim. If you're gonna make that claim, let him do that. Don't.
Did I ever say the word white people?
Well, don't engage in that in rhetoric.
Right. I'm not going to engage in this discussion for very long if this is what I have to deal with. I'm not going to don't put words in my mouth. That's not what I said. I did not say it was race dependent. I said it was Mosaic covenant dependent.
Sure. Is it immoral to own a human being as property?
Right. Hang on. What I want to accomplish, if we're going to have a discussion, is we settle one thing at a time. If you constantly jump around...
This is the crux of the argument. Is it immoral to have a person as property?
So, not intrinsically, no.
Okay, fantastic. The argument's over then. I have nothing left to say to you.
Okay. Simon, did you want to discuss? Because you were the person that we originally were going to have the discussion
So
with.